What's going on, YouTube? Chad Thundercock, Heartbreaker Extraordinaire here making this video. Of course, I'm being a little bit funny, but I'm making this video about a very interesting topic. Now, I don't really respond to hate comments, you know what I mean? And if I do, it's, only if I thought of something kind of funny to contribute to the hate comment. But today in the comment section, or I guess yesterday, someone said, let me put it up here, up on top on screen here. This is what they said. And I genuinely, because of the way that they phrase this comment, I genuinely don't think that they're trying to be mean in the way that they're using CHUD. And I realized in that moment that I've heard a lot of people use that word, and I have like a baseline understanding definition of what that means, but I don't really know what that means for real, for real. So in this video, we're going to be finding out together. We're going to be finding out together what CHUD means. And I'm going to be seeing if I am a CHUD or if I'm not a CHUD, if I'm more closer to Chad. Let's see, you guys. If you don't know what CHUD is either, or maybe you just have a very surface level definition like me, this might be a wacky video. Let's get right into it. Let's find out if I'm a CHUD or not. First, I'm going to take a brutal genetics pill and put on my CHUD goggles, glasses, and we're gonna go in order here. So first we got the Urban Dictionary. This is where this is where all of the scholars of our modern days get their vocabulary. So CHUD means cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. That is obviously not what it means. However, I do wonder if it was based off of that, because it's people who talk about how lookism is peak and your entire existence is based off your attractiveness. They like to call people non-human if they're unattractive. So maybe maybe the incel communities actually got the term CHUD from the underground dweller sort of thing. An unattractive person whose defining characteristic of their personality is their egotism. Most often used to describe a typically one-dimensional preps, chotches, or the like. A particularly mean insult. It should not be taken nor thrown around lightly. I don't know about this one. I think that one is a little bit outdated. Yeah, 2005. Okay, wow. So we need a much more recent one. Holy hell. Chad plus stud. Fucking incel CHUD. Go back to poll CHUD. Thanks. I don't think that's someone memeing right now. Okay, so we gotta go past this one. No one knows what they're talking about here. It seems like a really just blanket insult. You just call it to someone who you don't like. I think it's deeper than that. Because look what I found here. Who else is a proud CHUD? We live in the age of CHUD. I want to know the definition of CHUD to begin with. You and me both, buddy. I see it used all the time to insult people, only ever online, but I've never seen an actual definition. Yeah, that's a very, very true. I don't know how you can see if anybody responded to it. But yeah, so CHUD Thundercock reporting for duty. That's pretty funny. I referenced that meme. It's a flaccid rejiggering of Chad. I'm still convinced it was a 4chan psyop to see how many lame ineffectuals would actually start using it, like when morons were convinced the OK hand sign actually meant a Power Ranger with the white. Okay, I get it. So yeah, okay, so someone actually referenced it. So CHUD was an old school horror movie where the CHUDs live underground. Now they have risen. So I think it's people who just feel outcasted by society and have, maybe things about their personality or their looks that would make them be outcasted. Okay, so this is the Merriam-Webster dictionary, which I found is interesting. This seems to be really recent. The kind of CHUDs who get angry when female video game characters aren't feminine enough. I think that is an accurate description. That's referencing sort of the incel forum. Jokes on this CHUD for traveling all the way to Spain, a land of genuinely amazing food, and ordering onion rings. Well, I feel like that is kind of just ridiculing someone's lack of culture, which I feel like you could be cultured and societally outcasted. CHUD is a generalized term of disparagement used somewhat synonymously with fool, troll, and jerk, to suggest that someone, usually a man, is rude, boorish, regressive, unintelligent in online political discourse. CHUD is often used specifically as a left-wing insult for someone on the far right. I feel like it's more the opposite. I feel like it's more people who are on the far right. So let's see. Okay, the whole video, I've been just going on the surface web, This is one rank below. We are going onto Reddit. I think people can actually come up with some good answers here. Okay, so someone said a derogatory term for unpleasant right-wingers. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. The name comes from the 1984 horror movie Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. So we knew that. Um, it's a mockery of how the far right sees themselves as Chads. It is definitely a play on the term Chad, um, but I think that most people who like self-identify themselves as Chuds probably have very little connection to the Chad archetype. Like I feel like they're very aware in how far away they are from that archetype. A person who genuinely, if they only pretend, or Chud, who genuinely okay, this isn't a correct sentence. Who genuinely believes in unfounded conspiracy theories, usually combining that with racism or sexism, all the while pretending to be intellectually superior than most people, sometimes also physically superior. Okay, so I forgot. This video is about if I am a Chud. Um, all that while pretending to be intellectually superior than most people, sometimes also physically superior. I don't claim to be better than anyone. I don't even claim to be better than someone who is morbidly obese, even though I've put a lot of effort into my own physical body. I don't claim to be smarter than anyone or intellectually superior. I don't even think that I have the right opinions. I think that I just have opinions that are based off of empathy. So if somebody has opinions that aren't based off of empathy, I can't listen to them. But if your opinions are based off of empathy, even if you have the wrong opinion, I could still listen to you. So, and I think that that's because everyone's my equal. So, in this definition, I'm not a Chud. A Chud will focus on negativity to a degree causing discomfort to himself, herself. That is what I have been seeing a lot. There's a lot of negativity. They claim to hate the new movie before it premieres, but they will watch it anyway, making an in-depth analysis of it, and then spend an unhealthy amount of time expressing their displeasure. I definitely have seen a lot of negativity in online forums, and the word Chud thrown around. So this person right here is super helpful. Symptoms may include political extremism, supporting the Tate-adjacent manosphere, as well as very emotionally negative reactions to females and minorities in the media, because all these are a sign of aforementioned prejudices and belief in conspiracy theories. So I wonder if the individual commenting saying that I was a Chud believes that I was saying certain things that were like disrespectful to, somewhat socially marginalized groups based off their interests. The video that I was making it on was a video ranking hobbies based on societal reception and how much I personally would want to hang out with people like that. So that is pretty interesting. Yeah, so I don't think that I really. Okay, someone said it here. Chad plus stud equals Chud. What is I think stud is a good thing, but Chud isn't a good thing. Contamination hazard urban disposal. That's a pretty creative one. So we'll go to the very last one we have here. Why is there no definition though? This is interesting. Okay, a person, usually male, who holds socio-political views seen as reactionary, connotations of being an incel. Some Chud on Twitter said the Wall Street Journal was liberal propaganda. Unlike all these conservatives in Congress, this guy's a true Chud. Positive. Okay, that is super interesting. I'm definitely not an incel. I would like to say that much. I don't have anti-female beliefs. I'm super pro-feminism, and I definitely do understand like where the word came from now, and I think a lot of these people who are in this video are more in touch with what Chud originally meant. But now I think it's just sort of like a general insult for just like, you're a guy that I don't like. I feel like Chud is the like verbal equivalent of like saying someone is the angry Wojak. Like, maybe I could throw up one of those Wojaks right here. Right here. Right here. I want to throw up a Wojak right here. This is a Chud right here. People even call them Chud Jacks sometimes when it is the Chud Wojak. And it's like, I'm not him. I'm not him. I'm not the little Chud guy. I'm not the little Chud character. I don't think that nothing ever happens. So when people call me that, it's just like a little bit confusing, because it's like, if I'm supposed to take it as an insult, I will take it as an insult. But if I'm not supposed to, if it's just sort of like a labeling term based on how I feel, I mean, that's really interesting because I guess that just shows that maybe my opinions are different than others on the internet. Anyway, I think we got a pretty good definition of chud. I don't think I'm a chud. Are you a chud? Comment down below if you're a chud. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully there's no chuds on my channel. Like this video if you made it all the way to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more. And those are the things that you should do if you want to support my channel. I make videos based on just kind of whatever, kind of whatever I'm feeling like. I like to skateboard and do other hobbies, so I like to make videos about hobbies because I'm super interested in them, and then make videos sort of having to do with, like, social society in relation to those hobbies. That's what I do. You want to see more? Hit the subscribe, maybe the notification bell. I don't spam upload. Love you. Peace.